Let's talk about rejection and the idea that we brand into our heads and we say, I'm not good enough. Rejection is when one person is pursuing an objective while the other person, not so much. It can apply to many things, man. You apply for a job and they turn you down, or you put an offer in on a home, it gets rejected. Rejection. Or, the most common use, I think, of rejection is when we're talking about relationships. That's like the thing now, I guess, rejection in relationships. I think rejection comes from living in a state of fear, basically fear of not being good enough, of not measuring up to someone's standard of where they think you should be, or where they feel that their partner should be. I don't think it's anything wrong with a person having a choice and saying, hey, this is what I like, this is what I like. I think that everybody has that free will. But I'm talking about when you internalize rejection and you let the negative thoughts that come along with it control the way that you think. I'll give you an example. You apply for a job and you get that rejection letter. And the first thing you're thinking is, they didn't want me. And it's the truth. You applied, they didn't want you. I think that a lot of people try to more or less mind fuck themselves through the feeling of rejection by saying things like, I was too good for them anyway, and, they didn't deserve me. That's not the truth. I think that the truth is clear. You wanted them, they didn't want you. The problem comes in how you internalize that and how you accept that, how you receive that. I think that for a lot of people, the idea of not being wanted is difficult to accept, and over time, if you keep hearing the same things, I think that at some point you start to internalize them and believe it. You start looking at yourself like, I'm not good enough. But the reality is that's a lie. It's a huge lie. See, I can accept I'm not what they want, because I'm not for everyone. And if you think about, do you really want to be for everyone? So the problem lies in how we receive this. Someone else having a different perspective than ours, different perspective on us than we have on ourselves. And why shouldn't they? I don't think that everyone is meant to be with everyone. People communicate different, that's just the way life is. It's like, it's certain jobs that I don't want. It's certain cars that I don't drive. It's just the way that I live and the way that I view the world. Everyone has the right to that same opinion, how they view the world. But that's not the problem. The problem is when we tell ourselves that we're not good enough. You see? We tell ourselves we're not good enough. And what we're doing is we're just repeating someone else's perspective on us. See, those are those negative words that we aim at ourselves. And then we turn around and say, this person, this entity, this thing is greater than we are, because we're at a point where we brought ourselves forward to them and presented ourselves to them in some way, and they rejected it. They said no. They said, you're not what we want. But it's like when you know who you are and you know what you're about, rejection becomes something else. It takes on a completely different perspective, which means it becomes a matter of choice. You can either choose a high vibe perspective, I'm not what they want, or you could choose a low vibe perspective, which is basically saying I'm not good enough. And this is a perspective that you can apply to anything. Take it relationships. You want someone and them not want you. You want them to want you, but they determine that they don't want you. See, it's more difficult when you're talking about relationships because we're talking about matters of the heart. Matters of the heart is something completely different. They'll have you in the bathroom at work, hey, blah, 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 on the phone, not able to concentrate on what you're doing, those kind of things. And that's because it's a different energy, man. It's a different energy that comes from relationships. It's a different part of the brain than you use when you're working. Why is it that when someone goes outside of what we think should happen or the way that we think that things should happen, we automatically take that low vibe perspective and we just turn around and we flip the camera around right on us and we say, it's me. I'm not good enough. Think of it in this way. What if you were the type of person that was good for everyone? You could deal with this type of relationship. You could deal with that type of relationship. You could deal with that type of relationship. You're like a chameleon, and some people might look at that and feel real good about themselves. Like, yeah, I'm totally adaptable, but who the hell wants to be adaptable? I don't want to be for everyone or be able to deal with everyone. So it kind of changes the way you look at it. I definitely don't want to be, I definitely don't want to be for everyone. And the reality of it is, if you're that flexible that you can deal with all these different types of energies, I don't think that makes you adaptable as much as it means that you don't really have a set of core values. You don't really have that system in place that says, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. Some people are still trying to figure it out, and I get that. But at some point, you set your boundaries and you say, I'm not for this person. And it's funny how someone can get angry at someone else for having a change of heart, deciding, nah, man, this is not what I want. I don't see myself with you. I think that when people take that the wrong way, they automatically mess up. They go into this wormhole and they just keep beating themselves down because there has to be something wrong with me. If this person doesn't want me, I'm great. But when you take that with a low vibe, just negative, you're really damaging yourself, and you're putting this person up on a pedestal. It's like this. If I am drinking coffee and I offer someone some coffee and they say, nah, I drink tea, I might look at them a little funny, like, man, why the hell are you drinking tea? No, I would pretty much accept it. Like, I wouldn't get an attitude with someone simply because they wanted tea and I'm coffee. It's like, so what if someone doesn't like your black coffee? It shouldn't be for everyone. And just like you shouldn't be for everyone. Just thoughts on my mind, man. I'm in the studio. You guys, you can get a nice little look at this piece that I'm working on. It's like the 7 chakras. I'm sitting here in the studio. I got my, some of my t-shirt designs. Hope you can see this. Yeah, got some of my t-shirt designs in here. Just a little stuff from working on. Hopefully I'll be able to get this painting done. I'll probably throw that online at some point. But I just wanted to touch bases with you. I don't vlog all the time. I haven't actually been shooting videos for a while, dealing with a lot of personal things, dealing with a lot of things in the store. You know, we're in the process of moving, so this place is probably gonna go bye-bye, and I'm moving to a different location. You know, so we'll see how that whole thing works out. But I just wanted to touch bases with you. If you like this video, click the like button. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, BT Bonner, where I create videos. We have intelligent conversations that we can take out into the world, man, and they can help us, you know, on that road to becoming better, you know, becoming more aware of who you are, and understanding others plays a huge role in understanding, you know, who you are, you know. So I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.